Welcome back to Fashion Design with Hannah. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I'm actually engaged, and I actually put a poll out there on my social media pages to see if any of you perhaps wanted to come along with me on my wedding dress journey, and by popular demand, I will be doing exactly that. I'll be trying out some of the big name contenders along with some of the up and coming brands and rank them according to my overall experience with scheduling, how the try-on appointment goes, the dress selection available, and if I happen to choose a dress, how the alterations go. Those scores will then put each brand into my final category ranking to answer, is it worth it? With 100% worth it at the top, followed by somewhat worth it, if you like some of the styles or price point, or all the way down at the bottom with run for the hills. I'm just kidding. The bottom will be not worth it. So go ahead and smash that like button and hit the notification bell while you're at it so you can see all of the contenders and let me know which brand or style ends up being your favorite. Let's dive in. Today we're putting Yield Classic David's Bridal to the test. This is supposedly one of their largest showrooms according to an employee, but only half of it is dedicated to wedding dresses, which was a bit of a shock to me. They have a lot more online than in store, so let's see what they do have with this first dress. This one fit me pretty well off the hanger, and I was happy with the lack of a long train. It didn't feel too heavy and felt like there was the right amount of detailing for my taste. On to dress number 2. This lovely strapless dress with beading, sequins, and applique is a great example of the difference some good alterations can make. The train wasn't too long, and I loved the slight shimmer on it.
Sparkles on them.
For dress number 3, we have a fantastic example of why you should have a stylist with you, as I really thought this was a sleeveless dress, but it turns out this was technically a strapless foundation style. Maybe not the best idea to have the dress hanging by those straps as they'll stretch out, but the train on this was so gorgeous with all the shimmering appliques. Dress number 4 was a slightly sexier edition of dress number 3, and yet another good example of needing a stylist, as this dress comes with removable straps. I loved that feature, and yet the snaps that held them on kept wanting to disconnect. The rest of the style was still gorgeous with a glittering skirt and train. That'll be all for the wedding gowns that I wanted to try on, and on to the growing category of little white dresses, also known as the courthouse wedding dresses. For dress number 5, I tried on a fun asymmetrical hem-lace dress from David's Bridal's label, DB Studio, and I loved it so much that it actually became my courthouse wedding dress. Since the dress size fit me pretty well, all I really wanted to do for alterations was adding bra cups in, since the back was pretty low and didn't really go well with a bra. David's Bridal offers the bra cups, at least in New York City, for $20, which is also pretty reasonable for New York City. They surprisingly only go up to size D cups though, which means they didn't have my size, but that does mean that they were hidden below the lining level. The actual fitting for the alteration didn't go as well as I had hoped. For some reason, they decided that adding the cups behind the lining instead of in between the lining layers was the way to go, and it caused a lot of draping issues on a lining layer neckline. We eventually worked out a way that you could barely see it from a non-wearer's perspective, so it was successful in the end. I'll also note that I went to David's Bridal during peak wedding season, so it was definitely chaotic with over an hour-long wait time for my appointments. There were not many sizes nor styles available, and they were definitely understaffed. With that, I'll give David's Bridal a somewhat worth it. I do want to hear what all of you think of their styles, especially if you've personally been to one of the David's Bridal stores. Do you think your store had a better selection, better service, etc.? And would you recommend giving them a try? And as always, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll be seeing you here in the next video. Bye! All I wanted done for the alterations was adding bra cups.